Hello everyone. Friday, June 22nd, 2018. Of course, Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, and I didn't have an opportunity to do the video yesterday like I normally do, so I thought I would take care of it right now. Wasn't a real big week. I picked up a few books, and then I have a comment on a book that I saw on eBay that sold for, in my opinion, a really ridiculous amount of money. And then I had a question from a viewer and a friend of mine as it relates to connecting covers and how to display that. So we'll get right into the books. First book of the day from Image. Something about this book just kind of caught my eye, and this is Shanghai Red. So I haven't had a chance to read any of these books, but I have talked to a couple of people who read this one and they really liked it. Again, Image is a real hit and miss type company, but something about this book just kind of drew me in. Number two, we have issue number 4, Gideon Falls. Fix this so these books don't fall here. Put them on the table here, probably end up falling. Really nice cover. I thought this was kind of the cover of the week. This is Batman number 49. Amazing Spider-Man 801. I think this carried a $3.99 price point, and let me just double check real quick on that. Yeah, $3.99 price point, number 801. Really kind of a cool cover on this. And again, $6 cheaper than the number 800. So we'll see how that goes. And then this is something that someone kind of showed me, and I didn't really realize it until just recently. And I think a lot of you probably don't know it. I know a lot of shops don't even know about it. But this is Oblivion Song number 4. And there were 2 covers. There was a regular cover, and then the ones with this little frog on it. It's called the Frog variant, and they are currently selling on eBay for around $10. So a lot of people didn't know about that. I didn't know about it. A buddy of mine was like, hey, you know what? They have the Frog variant here. So I grabbed one just to put it away. I thought that was kind of an interesting concept of not announcing something and just kind of having it, you know, show up. Harley Quinn 44. True Believers for $1. Nice Ant-Man right there. Again, like we had stated several times, can never go wrong with a $1 book. Of course, X-Men had a wedding issue this week. Everybody was kind of speculating what it was. I picked up the J. Scott Campbell classified variant. I didn't open it. I know there was a twist at the end, but to be quite honest with you, I'm not really caring too much about the wedding stuff with the X-Men. I grabbed this one because it was different, and I just happened to like bagged, you know, polybagged books. So I got this one here. Infidel number 4. A really cool book here, Batwoman. This is The Dark Knight's Revenge, number 16. Batman number 49, this was the other cover. I like this one too. This is also pretty good. Joker taking care of some business right there, and Catwoman defending her man. And the last book I picked up, this was the regular cover for Amazing Spider-Man 801. This is a $3.99 price point. We'll see where that goes. I have some, you know, I've been talking about the price points on books and the last couple videos with, you know, there's a lot of $5.99, $6.99 and up books. And I've made the decision that if that's the way they're going to do it, I'm really going to cut back on the new stuff that I'm buying. And I'm just going to concentrate on picking up older Silver Bronze Age books with that money, because I can't see spending, you know, $40, $50 for 4 or 5 books when I can spend $40 or $50 and get a couple of really nice Silver or Bronze Age books. We're going to see how DC plays it. We're going to see if Marvel drops their prices. If they don't, I'm going to be extremely picky about the books that I pick up, because again, these companies aren't going to change what they do unless we as a collector base and a collector community stand up and say, we've had enough of it. I'm going to take that stand. There's always going to be the books I'm going to buy. I'm always going to read, you know, Batman. I'm always going to read, you know, Wonder Woman and things like that. But as far as like picking up some of these other books, just not going to do it anymore. I'm tired of it. And I decided that, you know, after collecting since 1974 and gradually seeing the price of books go up, that I'm not going to pay $6.99, $7.99 and above for a comic book anymore. It isn't going to happen. And so I'm going to keep my price points, and I'm going to keep my weekly spending budget to a minimum. And we're going to see if the companies actually wake up and say, you know what, you're right, let's drop them down a little bit. Lower the prices, even at $2.99, will bring out a lot more people into the community and allow them to buy different titles and kind of expand their reading material. But it's up to the companies, and it's up to us as a collector group to draw the line and say, hey, you know what, I'm done. So the other day, I'm going through eBay like I always do, and right now, there is the hot book out right now, or the book that has a lot of rumor going with it, because the new price guide comes out at the end of July, and that is Conan the Barbarian #1. That, of course, is Barry Smith's Conan from the early 70s. And now this is a book that a lot of people are speculating is probably going to double in price when the next price guide comes out at the end of the month. And if you're looking at the prices and the way it's going up, this book is selling well above book, because it's #1. There's a large community of people who collect Conan, and it's a popular book. It's a #1, and it's not real easy to find in decent condition. Even mid-grade and above, it's hard to find. So a guy put a book up, and he had it listed. You can look at this. You can look it up. It was listed as Conan book, near perfect condition. And so I looked at it, and this book had rusted staples, had some damage on it, definitely wasn't a near perfect condition book. And this thing sold for $301. And the reason it sells for $301 is because speculators or people who really don't understand the community or how to grade books are trusting these comic book sellers on eBay to do the right thing and to be honest with their grading. We've discussed this several times. I don't need to get back into it. But this seller has a huge, huge feedback rating, and his grading on this book was atrocious. But you know what? People obviously took it just the heading, didn't look at the pictures, and paid $301 for a book that was not close to the grade that he said it was. So because of that, I have decided to put a mid-grade Conan #1 up on my eBay page, and it's going to be basically a first come, first serve. I haven't put it up yet, but by the time this video loads, this book is going to be up. Now, this book is mid-grade. I'm going to take a lot of pictures, and I'm going to sell it for a really, really good price compared to what the other ones are selling in like VG condition. We'll see what happens. Of course, you know how I said my stuff. So this is the Conan. There's going to be a ton of pictures. This is a #1 mid-grade Conan. Judge for yourself on the pictures, but people have been asking for a high-end, a big key. This is one of the hottest keys out right now as a Conan #1. This is going to go up. Take a look at the pictures. I'll have an out card in the book so you can see the actual condition of the pages, which a lot of people don't do, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy that. A friend of mine, Rudy, called me on the phone the other day, and he asked me a question as it relates to connecting covers. You know I'm a big fan of connecting covers. I've talked about that in the past. And he asked, how are you going to display a connecting cover book? I buy connecting covers. I really don't display them. But he was asking me about those. It's like a frame you can buy that you put the books in. I've never been big on doing books like that because to me, it just appears that there's going to be pressure put on the book or it's going to get smashed a certain way. And I'm just not real big about putting comic books in any type of thing that looks like a picture frame. So what I do when I put my books up, or if I want to display, which I did in my shop, I displayed them, I put them in regular top loaders like this. Now this is a Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. This is a 6-part series that came out, which is another, kind of hot book. And this is the Freddy and the Ash portion. Let me try and get the glare off of it. But if I'm going to put it together, I can put it together like this and still display it nicely, and you can still see what the connecting cover looks like. This is a lot cheaper than the frames. You can get these for a couple of bucks or $1.50. But if you hang these up or you put them on you can put them on your wall or build a little shelving system like I know a lot of people do, or just kind of hang them with clips on your wall, which a lot of people do. that still looks really nice. It protects the book if the book happens to fall, which I doubt it will, but if it does, and it's a cheaper alternative. So Rudy, this is how I would do it right there. So there was that. I hope that answers your question on that. Now, when I get there, in a week from now, a week from today, the Amazing Con comes to Las Vegas, and I'm very excited about that. I've been saving some money to take in there because I always look for certain things, and I'm going to meet some friends there on the first day, and we're going to walk around. If you happen to be coming into Las Vegas for the Amazing Con, hey, you know, look me up. I always wear my Arkham Comics t-shirt when I go to those shows, and I would love to say hello. Come up, say hello, talk. You know, I'll always talk to you. I like meeting people in person. I get a lot of good response, a lot of emails, a lot of positive comments, and I appreciate that because I want to build this channel because ultimately I am going to reopen. It's just a matter of getting the time to do that with my shop as it relates to my job, and I don't know if that's going to change, you know, tomorrow or the next day, but ultimately it is going to change, and I am going to open that back up. So again, I hope you enjoyed the books. Rudy, I hope that answered your question. Remember, tonight, Conan #1 going up. It's kind of a bad plug for me on my viewers, but people are asking for certain things. It's going up. I hope you guys enjoy it, or just take a look at it for yourself. You don't have to buy it. Just take a look at it and see what, you know, a mid-grade Conan actually looks like. And again, mid-grade, 5 to 6.5. Anything 7 and above is more of an upper grade book, but still super hot book, and it's going to double what people think is going to double in price. I don't know if it is or not, but the people I talk to, and a lot of people in the know, think that this is going to be one of the books that really moves. And you can see, like I said, if you don't believe me, look at the selling items on eBay that have sold, and look at the prices that they're getting, even for like VG books, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So again, the video is kind of, you know, well, about the same 12 minutes, but just kind of all over the place. I hope you liked it. Again, thank you for the support. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. If you think you know somebody who might enjoy the video, tell them about it. And I hope you liked the video, but if you didn't, as always, nothing I can do for you. Have a great night. I'll see you next week.